Yes, hi, good evening, students. Welcome to my live session, Shri GOPAL KULKARNI YouTube channel. So, please welcome all my dear students for the live session. Today's topic some important questions. Class 10 Biology. Today we are going to solve some important questions, students, here. Okay. So, please join as early as possible. Already it's time is 7:30, above the 7:30. Yes, let's start today's live session. Yes, please welcome, a warm welcome and good evening, students. Yes. So today's some important questions which will help you for your examination, not only for FA, PT1 in CBSE it is called as PT1 periodic test, in formative assessment in state board of state board. Okay, formative assessment FA1. If in your school they have completed this chapter, okay, so these are not only important questions for FA and PT1. These questions are also important for your main examination, students, class 10th main examination. So today I have heard that news for CBSE students, so there will be 2 examinations from 2026. Okay, so it is a good news for you people. So let's start today's session, biology, class 10 biology, important questions. So first we will see the difference between transport in xylem and transport in phloem, and after that we will see alveolus and nephron, the difference between. Okay, so in transportation in human we have studied that human heart, how it will works, but in plants, so how the what food is transferred, how the water is transferred. So let's discuss the difference between these. Are very very important questions. So transport in xylem, transport in phloem. First we have to understand what do you mean by xylem and what do you mean by phloem. Xylem and phloem both together are known as vascular bundles. Okay, xylem and phloem. So this is very very important. What are xylem and phloem? These are vascular bundles. So plants absorb the water. Okay, from which part? Root hairs. Actually, not roots. Root hairs. The root hairs which are present above the roots, those root hairs will absorb the water. Not only water, minerals, salts. The plants will absorb, and that will be sent. Okay, through what? Xylem. And phloem is a food conducting tissue. Xylem is a water conducting tissue. Phloem is a food conducting tissue, students. Food, where it is prepared in the plants? Leaves. Yes, already you know. Leaves will prepare the food with the help of photosynthesis. That food will be transported to all the different parts of the plants and trees. That is phloem. So it is a little bit confusing. So I have made one small trick. So what you have to remember, XWPF you have to remember. This is a formula. So biology formula, yes, it is easy to remember that formula. XWPF. X means xylem, W means water, water conducting tissue. P means phloem, and F means food. Phloem is a food conducting tissue. XWPF. 5 times you have to repeat in your mind. It will be fixed in your mind. Okay, anytime if we ask or any teacher will ask or in examination, it is very very useful. XWPF. XWPF you have to remember 5 times. Okay, just by heart it. So transport in xylem, transport in phloem. Now you have understood here. So water and mineral salts are transported. What xylem will transport, students? Water and mineral salts. So water from the rain or from the underground, or if we pour that water to the plants, so they will absorb the water. So mineral salts, how they will get present in the soil? Soil contains rich in mineral salts, so the plants absorb the mineral salts from the soil. Water and mineral salts, who will transport these water and mineral salts from the roots? Xylem. Xylem is a water conducting tissue, and also mineral salts you have to remember. So transport in phloem. So food in aqueous is a translocated. In your examination they may ask for 1 mark question, what do you mean by translocation? Define translocation. Translocation is nothing but the food is prepared in the leaf. Food is prepared in the leaf and that food is sent to all the different parts. Translocation. Okay. So how the food is translocated to different parts? In aqueous, in liquid form. So that food is what combined in liquid or fluid form, that is aqueous. So this is the first difference between the xylem and phloem. And the second difference is the transport is unidirectional. What do you mean by uni? Uni means single direction. So the water will be absorbed from the root hairs. Okay, roots, they have root hairs. They absorb the water and minerals, and that water and minerals is sent unidirectional, single directional. That is from roots to tip. Tip means the end point of the plant or tree. From roots to tip. So the transport is what? Water and minerals. The transport of water and minerals is unidirectional from roots to tip. So here in phloem, the transport is bidirectional, students. So leaf is there, it is sending the food here, and if the food is stored and it will come back and it will go to different parts. So the transport is bidirectional, okay, and that is source to sink. From the source to wherever the food is not available, to all the parts the food is sent. So these are the two differences between what? Xylem and phloem. Xylem is a water conducting tissue, phloem is a food conducting tissue. X, W, P, F you have to remember. So next we are moving towards the difference. The another important question, difference between alveolus and nephron. Alveolus, where you have heard this one? In respiratory system, inside the lungs, the bunch like, okay, grapes, how the bunch of grapes they look, okay, in a group. In the same way, inside our lungs there will be a alveolus. So alveolus is present in the lungs and nephrons are present in our kidneys. I have told you 1 lakh nephrons are present in kidney, one kidney. Okay, so let us see the difference between alveolus and nephron. It is a structural and functional unit of lungs. Alveolus, where it is present, lungs, it is a, alveolus is a structural, it is having structure, and functional, it will do function. What? Exchange of gases. Alveolus is a structural and functional unit of lungs. And what is nephron? It is a structural and functional unit of kidneys. Kidneys structural and functional unit is nephron. Lungs structural and functional unit is alveolus. Is clear? This is the first difference. Second difference, in some books they have given the same thing I have written, but we have to add something. Okay, so that is very important. There is no difference in so many highly the high content, the main books which are very important for SSLC in the guide, and so many important books they have given the same thing. So we have to add something. It is thin walled. What is thin walled? Alveolus is thin walled. Alveoli are very thin. Okay, and they are richly supplied with blood vessels. What are these blood vessels? It is thin walled, has a large surface area. Okay, so large surface area for what? exchanging of gases and is richly supplied with blood vessels. Alveoli is richly supplied with blood vessels. It is a thin walled and present in lungs. We have to add, okay, because it is not added in so many important books. It is also thin walled. What? Nephron is also thin walled. Okay, nephron structure. I have drawn and shown you in the previous video human excretory system. Still, those who have started watching this for the first time, you have to watch my previous video, the chapter life processes. We have discussed regarding nephron, also alveolus also. Okay. It is thin walled, has a large surface area, same definition, and richly supplied with blood vessels. Yesterday we have seen in the live session, and it is present in, where it is present? It is present in kidneys. Okay. Nephrons are present in kidneys and alveolus are present in lungs. So what alveolus will do? Functions are totally different of alveolus and nephron. It removes carbon dioxide from the blood. Alveoli, what we are exhaling, that carbon dioxide will remove and it will supply oxygen. We can add another point here. Fourth point. Alveolus, what? Gives oxygen to the blood. Fourth point. It removes, alveoli removes carbon dioxide from the blood. Okay. What nephrons will do? It removes nitrogenous wastes from the blood. All the waste materials which are formed in our body, the blood will carry all the waste materials and gives filters in kidneys and removes the waste material. That is nitrogenous waste. Already I have told you, nitrogenous waste are urea, uric acid. Okay, these are some of the what? Nitrogenous waste, urea, uric acid. So fourth point I already have told you, it supplies oxygen. It gives oxygen to the blood. Here, nephron filters the blood. Okay, nephron clean the blood, filters the blood and send back. So you can add fourth point also in the difference between alveolus and nephron. Another difference between I want to tell you in this class. Okay, so all cannot I cannot write in this here. So in the future I have a plan to make a digital board. In that only I want to make all the live sessions in the future. Okay, so with your support, definitely we will do that one also, which is very very helpful for everybody, all the childrens. So now another difference is there. Aerobic respiration and aerobic respiration. We have already studied the breakdown of glucose in various pathways. Yeast, without oxygen, muscle cells, lack of oxygen in mitochondria, presence of oxygen. We have already discussed the same thing, but here the difference, what are the difference? 5 points are there difference between aerobic respiration and aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. Already we know. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen and aerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration end products are carbon dioxide and water. Aerobic respiration. So we are aerobic. So inside our cells some small amount of water is formed and carbon dioxide will be removed out. End products. What are the anaerobic respiration? Ethanol and carbon dioxide. Yeast, they release carbon dioxide, not only carbon dioxide, ethanol, C2H5OH. So alcohol is prepared how? By using yeast and aerobic respiration. And also lactic acid is also end product, students. You have to remember it is not given in the book. Lactic acid in muscle cells, so it is also an example for anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, more energy is released, 38 ATP, adenosine triphosphate, more energy is released in the presence of oxygen or aerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, what happens? Less energy is released. Microorganisms, yeasts, Okay, less energy is released. Where does the aerobic respiration takes place? Mitochondria. Okay, inside the cell, inside the cytoplasm, in the mitochondria, the aerobic respiration takes place in mitochondria. This is the fourth point. Where does the anaerobic respiration takes place? In the cytoplasm. Inside the cell, in the cytoplasm. But aerobic respiration inside the cell, inside the cytoplasm, mitochondria. Okay, so this is the difference of fourth. And the fifth difference is complete oxidation of glucose takes place. That glucose is coming. If you are not understanding this one, you have to watch previous video. So glucose is coming inside the cell. In the mitochondria, complete digestion of glucose is taking place. So that is, we are not telling digestion, we have to call it as a what? Oxidation of glucose. When oxygen is coming, glucose is coming, the food is burnt in the mitochondria and the chemical reaction takes place, energy is released. Oxidation of glucose. Complete, it will be complete. But in anaerobic respiration, it is incomplete. And incomplete what? Oxidation of glucose by yeast or in lactic acid. Incomplete oxidation. So this is the difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So also we have seen in the last class the main important questions also we have seen in the last class, previous video. Okay. So students, this is the structure of nephron. You are observing. Yesterday I have drawn, not yesterday, day before yesterday, I have drawn the structure of nephron. And this diagram also I have drawn and shown you. Human excretory system I have drawn and shown you in the last class. Yes. Alveoli, these are alveoli present inside the lungs. Inside the lungs, they are attached to this. So these are alveoli, richly supplied with blood vessels. Blood capillaries, they have written. Blood capillaries are nothing but blood vessels. Yes. And one thing I want to tell you students, if kidneys will be failed, what happens? The artificial dialysis, artificial kidney or hemodialysis, it will take place like this. So what happens students here? For every 3 days that patient have to take to the hospital. The blood will come here, and here what happens? Selectively permeable membrane separating blood from dialysis solution. The waste material, the used dialysis solution will be collected here, and fresh dialysis solution is added, and that blood will again go back to the human body. If 2 kidneys will be failed, it is very dangerous for that person. For every 2 to 3 days he have to go for dialysis. This is known as hemodialysis. Hemo means what? Blood. The blood have to be purified. What our kidney will do? Kidney will purify our blood, but kidneys are not working. Both kidneys will be failed. So this treatment have to be done, hemodialysis. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much for everyone, students, those who are joining here. Nihal Meti, yes. Hi Nihal. Shreyas Hosamani. I guess some franchise of studies might hire you as a teacher for crores together. Oh my God, Shreyas. Thank you so much for your compliments. How is a very understandable and good live session, Shreyas Hosamani. Thank you so much, Shreyas, for your valuable comments. I thank you from my bottom of my heart. Sumant Madegar, hello sir. Yes, Sumant. Hi Sumant. Yes, these all students are in 10th standard. Tushar, hi Tushar, thank you so much for joining my live session. Daily you join here and a little bit information you take here, you will score more. Sumant, how are you, sir? Yes, Sumant, I am fine. I am fantastically. I am fine. So, all of you have to score good marks in your SSLC 10th class 10. So, thank you for joining all of you. Once again we will meet tomorrow in the same timing. So once again I will tell you namaste, namaste Mohit Gonchigar, namaste Nihal Meti, thank you always, you are always welcome. Yes students, bye students. Let's end today's session. Thank you so much, take care.